Oh, it didn't answer the question.
Laura Kuenssberg, BBC.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. Should members of the public be booking summer holidays? Or not, whether at home or abroad, because the Transport Secretary this morning warned people against booking anything at all. And Sir Patrick, if I may, how concerned are you about the potential of the variant that's been picked up in Bristol, where there have been 14 cases in that city already, and suggestions it might be more transmissible than some of the other variants around?
Thanks, Laura. Well, as you know, as everybody knows, it's currently illegal to go on holiday. That's the state of play at the moment. We're looking at the data every day. On Monday, we'll be able to say a little bit more about where we are in terms of the JCVI 1 to 4 group, and we hope, and where the data is then. And in the week of the 22nd, as I said, we'll be setting out the roadmap, and that is the best I can give. There's not an awful long delay now between now and the 22nd, but I hope that we'll be able to give some more clarity to people then, Laura.
In terms of the variants, we're seeing the same variants or some of the same things in variants popping up all over the world, and that's what you'd expect. There are some variants the virus likes to have because it gives it some sort of advantage. And the advantages that variations may give include increased transmissibility or increased severity, and potentially for some immune differences, which means that the body recognises it differently from an old variant. Those are the three things that one worries about. The common variant that's now in the UK that was first detected in Kent does transmit more and perhaps is more severe, as I've described before, but it doesn't seem to cause enough of an immune shift to worry about that in terms of vaccines. So the vaccines work really well against that. So the first message is that, for all of the mass of the virus out there, it's getting vaccinated, which is important, and making sure that everybody who's eligible to get a vaccine goes out and gets vaccinated. Really critical. The Bristol variant has got one of the changes that the South African variants got as well. And again, it's one that the virus likes to try and get. So it's not surprising it's happened, and it will happen elsewhere as well. And in getting that variant, it does make it slightly more likely to look different to the immune system. So we need to watch out for it. We need to measure it. We need to keep on top of it, and need to keep testing the vaccine effects in this situation. But the very key thing, the thing that we have to do, is get numbers down. The lower you get numbers, the lower the chance of getting more mutations.
Thank you. Tom Clark, ITV News.
Oh, it didn't answer the question.
Prime Minister, thanks very much.
Mikey Smith, The Mirror.
Hi, Prime Minister. A couple of quick ones for you. First of all, you didn't really answer Laura's question about summer holidays, so I thought I'd let you have another go. There's a bit of confusion between your ministers about whether people should book summer holidays. You said fairly recently that you were optimistic about it. Is your family planning to get away this summer, and what's your message for members of the public who are desperate to get away from all this? And secondly, in July last year, government scientists told you that what their prediction of the worst case scenario was for the spread of the virus in the run up to winter. Newly released documents that the government held back for 6 months show they also told you that the worst case scenario was avoidable if you followed their advice. They suggested you not rush to reopen schools and universities, that you not plan to relax rules over Christmas, and that you keep people working from home wherever possible. And in each of those cases, you did not follow that advice, only to reverse course when it made things worse. And by November, before the new variants emerged, we were in the worst case scenario that was predicted in July. 2 weeks ago, you stood on that spot and you told grieving families you'd done everything you could. But don't these documents suggest that that isn't true?
Mikey, first of all, on your question about the summer holidays, I'd really repeat what I said to Laura. I'm afraid it is just too early for people to be certain about what we'll be able to do this summer, and we hope to be able to say more in the week of the 22nd, as I've said, when more data comes in, and more crucial data about the rollout of the vaccine programme and how it's working on us all, Mikey. So I'm afraid I understand why people want to make plans now, but we're just going to have to be a bit more patient. And on your second point, well, there's been scientific advice of all kinds throughout the pandemic, and what I can tell you is that as soon as we became aware of the new variant on the 18th of December, which substantially changed the position, we acted decisively in the way that we did. But there have been scientists who have called for no lockdown, scientists who have called for a complete lockdown throughout. They have been brutally difficult decisions, and we have done our best, as I've said before, to take all our decisions in the interests of public health and protecting the public. Mesa Hall from the Express.